Hey guys, it's Hope, and today we're doing a college first year experience video with my twin sister Faith. She went to two different colleges, so she was a transfer student, away and home, and I stayed away at college my whole year of college. So we have two different types of experiences going on. Oh my gosh. Alright, so let's get started. We have different sections that we're going to be talking about. The first one is our first impressions, so you can start out.
My first impression of IU in South Bend was at first it was very lonely for me because I was a freshman rooming with upperclassmen, but I had my sister. But like for the first couple days, I was there early because I was a freshman, so I was really bored and lonely. But it was cool decorating my room and like having my own space because I have family full of sisters. So we always shared rooms, so that was fun. And I really like the dorms. The dorms like sold me because they're like apartment style dorms. Like you each have your own room. Like it's crazy. The campus was very welcoming too. Like that's what I liked about it. But after weeks went on, I got really close to my roommates, which I liked. You do get close to your roommates, but I didn't like. A lot of schools don't have this either. Like Hope School doesn't really have it. Like I love IU Bloomington's like inclusion of their whole floor got close. Like a lot of my friends who went there, but obviously this is more of a commuter school for South Bend, which I noticed. And after a while, I did notice that it was a commuter school kind of for South Bend. But overall, it was very friendly. It just got lonely at times because it was new to me, but I really don't have any complaints, honestly. And I really like the gym. Like it's called the Student Activity Center. Made a lot of friends there because I worked there.
So I go to IUPUI. If you watch my channel, you probably already know this. I have a bunch of college videos. List them down below. That wasn't a plug, I just thought of it. I guess it was. But anyways, so I stayed in the University Tower. So referring to what she said, I think if I was in like Ball Hall or somewhere else, maybe it would have been a little bit more inclusive. But University Tower is kind of just, it used to be a hotel, so you kind of just have your own thing. But my first impression was I was really excited, but I don't know. I had this feeling. I was like, oh, I don't know. I had this eerie feeling that it wasn't going to be what I thought it was. I don't know why that's weird, but I thought it was going to be more of like all these activities, like more on campus kind of school, but it was very commuter school. I could tell from the beginning. Well, right when you get there, there is like the first week a lot of stuff you can do, which is fun. There's like an ice cream social, and all this other stuff that was really fun. And you didn't. The first week, I would say everyone was very welcoming, and I just talked to random people, which I normally don't do. But I was like, I'm just gonna go for it, and that was good. But like nothing really stuck. Like I talked to new people, but it didn't really stick most of the time, except for a couple people, which is always good for that part of it. But I feel like I could just tell like the events were hard to know like what was going on besides the first week. Like they don't really broadcast them enough for you to know when events are happening. And I also worked, so it's kind of hard. But my first impression was I don't really know. It was just like I was nervous but excited for my classes. Like that's what was
Oh
good.
yeah, I love the classes
I
at
was
South
excited for
Bend.
classes.
The classes are really
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess my first impression was I was a little nervous on if I was gonna like it or not. But I was excited, like she said, to be independent, have decorations for my own room. Like it was like I got new decorations for it and everything, so that was fun. Meeting my roommates, stuff like that. So yeah. But let's get to the next category.
next section is classes. So I have like kind of a lot to say about stuff more than her because I have two schools. So for South Bend, I really like the classes and the teachers because again, it was like I don't know the ratio to student to teacher, I forgot, but it was very like close together. Like there wasn't that many more. I don't know, like it was like 2 to 3 or 3 to 1 or something. I don't know, but they really wanted to help you. I only didn't like one of my classes, and I liked the professor. I just didn't like how she taught the class, so that was like one out of how many classes I took. And I don't know, I just liked the campus and how everything was set up and how you like were really able to like get the schedule you wanted and stuff. So really no complaints there. At my commuter school, which I'm not gonna say because it's right from my house. Not that anyone cares. I really like the classes. For some reason, I just really like at the beginning got really engaged with my classes for some reason. Like I don't know if it was because it was a whole semester later and I was used to it. And the professors were really easy to talk to, and it was actually I talked to them more than my South Bend professors for some reason. But I do honestly have to say the advisors at my commuter school were much more helpful, so maybe that's what helped me. And at both schools, I had jobs, so IU South Bend, I worked on campus. So it was not really that stressful. Like, I would stay up till like 6 a.m. sometimes and work at 8 and then like come home and sleep. Like, I was just like living the life, you know what I'm saying? But when I came home, I work at Five Guys. I don't know if any people know what that is, but I work 6 out of 7 days and I like stress myself out so much.
Don't work that much.
So I'm not doing that again, but it was way different. I went to school 2 days a week and then worked all the other days. So that was stressful. So I would suggest like 3 days a week. That sounds a little, maybe 4 if you're lucky. But yeah.
Okay, so I really liked my classes first semester. I had a lot of classes about like diversity, oppression, social work.
Oh, I didn't say anything like that. Should I have said that?
Well, let's just
Hope
say
you
you
can
agree
edit
with
this
me.
and make me look so dumb.
No, hold on, you can say it in a second. So I really like those classes because it really like IUPUI is a very diverse campus, so it really.
Sorry.
Why are you calling?
I'm not calling.
So it really like opened my eyes to a lot of things. So yeah, I'm like an open-minded person. I like to believe, so I really learned a lot from it. And I really enjoyed those classes. Second semester, I didn't like my classes as much because they were more like gen eds, like science classes, which science is fine, but I didn't really want to do that in college. So second semester, I didn't like my classes as much. So I started working like 3 weeks before winter break, and then after winter break, a second semester. So like the first 3 weeks of work was fine, like with school, I worked it out fine. But like once I started working, I worked at Panda Express. Once I started having to juggle work and school, it was kind of hard. Like I stopped going to some of the clubs I used to go to, and like I was still fine with my classes, but it was just harder to juggle. But I mean, I had to get a job, so that was a struggle a little bit, but it was worth it. I mean, I used to pay for school. But yeah, overall, I really liked the classes. That was probably my favorite part of school, honestly.
That's
the
good.
classes.
I hope that'd be your favorite part
I don't
of
actually
school.
like doing work, but it was still good.
I forgot to say that my classes at South Bend, my favorite class was my intro into exceptional children because I'm elementary major with special ed. And that was my favorite class. Like I almost want to be a special ed teacher, but I feel like I just should stick with my first gut. And the other school I go to, the school I go to now, I don't know my favorite classes because probably speech or something because I just love the professor, but I really enjoyed all my classes. And then in South Bend, we also had another one where it was Intro into Scientific Inquiry, and it was their first year doing it. Inquiry. Oh yeah.
I mean, both ways are great.
Okay. So that class was really fun. At first, it was kind of like, what are we doing? Because we just did little projects all the time, like little kid projects. We would like get string and like do dumb stuff. But honestly, it was so fun because it was like not as serious as the rest of. I mean, it was serious because we were learning about. Then we would like do lectures and stuff on the stuff we were doing. But it wasn't as like stressful as the other classes. And I also love a math class. Shout out to the South Bend professor. I can't say her name probably, but he made me like math class.
You said her name, but is it a girl or a boy?
Oh, it's a guy.
Oh, also it was kind of hard to use like do a lot of stuff online because our school that we used to go like for our high school didn't go use online that much, and it was like an adjustment, and I was really nervous about using Canvas. But it actually turned out fine. I got used to it pretty quick, so I was so nervous, but it was actually fine if you're nervous about that too. So the next section is friends. Making new friends, old friends, all that jazz. I'm going to start because I like to mix it up a little. So.
You should have done slow motion. Can you do that?
No, we were just doing slow motion, I thought.
No, on the computer.
Oh, I don't know.
Dude, that looks so funny. Replay it. Like, do that some.
I don't know if I can, but we'll see. So, anyways, this is a hard year for friends for me, I'd say, so we're gonna have to keep it short. But
sure.
So I would say, I push myself to talk to new people, like in the cafeteria, just talking to new people. When I'm in classes, talking to people, and that sounds stupid, but I was bad about that. And I talked to a lot of new people, and like when I'd see them, we'd say hi and talk for a little bit, but we never like hung out or like became close friends. I actually made one friend from like the IUPUI Facebook group, but it ended up not working out. Like in the beginning, we all hung out together with that girl, but then once me and her weren't really, nothing happened. We just kind of fizzled out. I kind of lost that whole group because they're closer to her. But I still had a couple other friends and everything. But it was kind of hard to like get friends to stick. Like I would try to hang out, but also with my job and just like everyone has their own schedule. Some people were off campus. It was very commuter school. It was kind of hard. And then I lost my two best friends this school year, which is really hard. Like it just made me feel
From
more
home.
from home. Yeah, sorry, my two best friends from high school and before. Um, we weren't friends anymore, and that was really hard too because it made me feel more lonely and like I always had them to fall back on, like talk to, and hang out when I came home. And like for the summer, I was so excited, and like so it was
You start
hard.
crying. Just kidding.
It was hard to deal with all that, but I still had a couple friends, and like I always believe it's better to have a small group of friends
That are real.
that you can really count on and appreciate you than a big group of friends. But I always thought I'd have like a big group of friends doing all this fun stuff. But I mean, the first year of college, it is hard to make friends. So I feel like once I joined the social work program, starting this year, upcoming year, it'll be easier. But it was a little bit of a struggle. Even though I put myself out there, it was still a struggle. But I still have friends that I talk to now from the school that I will talk to next year. But yeah, that was kind of a hard time. So like, if you feel lonely, it's normal. I feel like your first year, especially if you go away, and you can get through it. That's the short version. If you want a longer story, I can talk about it later. But
Me, I kind of same mindset. Like we always thought we would have like a big group of friends, and like every year from middle school, we had everyone was friends, and then high school, freshman year, a lot of friends, and you narrow down to senior year. I had like 5, 6 close friends, and then college, I had one. The friend she's not really close with anymore. I'm still friends with her, but that's a long story. Oh my gosh, I really hate me in the comments for that. But people don't really watch the comments. Okay, not to be rude. I'm still friends with this person, so like we went to the same school for the first half, and I had her, but we both had like opposite schedules, so we didn't really see each other that much. And I kind of was just like with my sister's friends, and then I kind of just like didn't really find my place of friends. Besides, I had two friends, but they were commuters, like they lived at home and would come to the South Bend. And then one of my roommates and I are still really close. And that's one good thing. Like, if I didn't have her, I don't know what I would do. I would literally spend 24/7 with her. So I do miss that about South Bend.
oh, before
And
you keep going, I just want to say that the friends you do have, make sure you appreciate them and like try to make time for them so that because it is harder in college to like keep those friendships. So, like make sure you keep up with them and like plan times to hang out and stuff too if they're away or if they're with you. Either way.
and then when I came home, it kind of was like sad because like yeah, I have friends from high school, but a lot of them who are home, I'm not like as close with. Like, I mean, I would want to be, but it's kind of like you've been gone a whole half semester. Like, I mean, whole semester. Like, you're not gonna be as close. So I really came home with no one, and I had one friend from my whole life, but now we're not friends anymore. Long story, sadly. But you just kind of realize like who your true friends are throughout the process of like each semester. So I came home with like no friends home, but I did make some new friends, like one close friend from work, and then I had like people I talked to on campus, but like again, we didn't really hang out outside. We always said we would, but like it's kind of harder when you're not used to it. And then I did the same with her. Like when I had one education class, I'm really excited to get into those because a lot of the girls like were very similar and like all interested in the same thing. So it was really fun talking to them. So again, it was a lot of transitioning from like no friends to friends to some friends to more friends and like back and forth and stuff. So it's kind of like weird because sometimes you feel like you had so many friends and then all of a sudden you're like, I have no friends, and then you're like, oh, I have one friend, great. Like it's just like you. But even if you have one friend, you should be thankful for that because if you didn't have that one friend, where would you be without the one friend? And if you don't have any friends,
Focus on
your
your
time will
family.
come. Like your time will come because I did have friends for a minute and then made a friend. So
Yeah, and it's all about transitioning. Like I feel like your freshman year of high school, freshman year of college, you always transition friends because like you're changing too.
one good thing I learned: do not force friendships. Like if you're feeling lonely, it's better to not force a friendship that's toxic or fake or whatever it is. Like I don't know what I would label any of my old friendships because I still care about all my friends that I'm not close with anymore. But I do like wish I didn't spend so much time trying to force friendships that were gonna fizzle out.
Yeah,
because
I mean
it was a waste of time.
that is so true. Obviously, still try for your friendships, like talk about your feelings and try to work it out. But if it's toxic or if it's just not good for you, you should just let it go. And
Don't
maybe
ignore the
yeah,
signs.
yeah. Next, let's talk about just about yourself, like homesickness, how you grew, things like that. I feel like college helped me grow more independent because you have to do a lot of things on your own. And like it made me realize like you really have to prioritize classes. Like in high school, if you got away with not studying too hard, you really need to study way harder in classes. And like it made me realize how important my family is to me, how important my faith slash religion is to me. Um, and like I have to ground myself sometimes. Like I have to push myself to do new things, but I also need to like realize who I am. It's sometimes hard in college. So I don't know. I feel like I just became the big thing is I became more independent and I pushed myself to try new things, talk to new people, which is good for me. Go to events and like sometimes maybe I'd be more of a homebody, which is not bad either. I was very homesick though, like in the beginning, really homesick, but that's like normal because I'm very close to my family and had a lot of friends and it was always home. But and I was away like for the first time ever. So that was like normal, but I was really sad. And like every time I would go home to visit, I'd be really excited to go home and be so happy at home, and then I would go back to school and be all sad again. It didn't feel like it was me. Like I didn't feel like myself for the longest time at school because I wasn't with anything familiar. Because I had a couple of friends that went to the same school as me, but like it was everything was different, so I didn't feel like myself. But gradually, it started getting better and better, and once I got more used to it, I feel like it'll still keep getting better. Because now I even miss school, which I didn't think I would.
Dude.
So that's crazy because honestly, I was not really liking going away to school for the longest time, and finally, I'm like, oh, I actually kind of miss
That's
school.
so weird. I have an opposite experience.
I am gonna have to leave, so you can finish this up.
If I leave, so I'm gonna do my part right now. So like IU South Bend, I felt a certain type of freedom because I didn't have like my family and stuff. Well, I had my sister, so I mean better, but I had a certain type of freedom. And at my commuter school home, I had a different type of freedom too because I was more independent in myself. So like away, I had a more freedom like externally, but at home, I already like felt more grown in myself. So I at South Bend, I kind of was like not feeling certain with myself, and I was very like questioning a lot of things and like really confused and like lonely. But then at the same time, having so much fun with my sister and other roommates, and like having fun in my classes, doing good in my classes. So it was kind of like a weird mixed feeling. And then when I came home, I just suddenly like was thinking a lot, and I understood myself a lot better. So I kind of grew more into myself. Like right now, I would be totally fine at South Bend. Like I feel like I honestly always thought I'd be okay at South Bend, home, you know, 5 hours away, like anywhere. I feel like I can make the best of it because I just feel like that's what I believe in. Like whatever situation you put in, make the best of it. But like now I feel very certain of myself, and so I've grown in that way of like independence and like self identity. And like the one thing I do have to say is kind of similar to what Hope said is don't get caught up in like school and like going crazy with your friends, or like only worrying about schoolwork or only worrying about work. That's what I did this last semester. Like that's one thing I do regret because it shows in your schoolwork, or it shows in your social life, or it shows in your job, whatever one you're focusing on. Like try to even out everything because you'll make yourself crazy if you're only focusing on one thing and not giving something else enough attention. And then I was homesick, but I had my sister, so it was kind of like helpful. And we went home a lot because it wasn't that far away. And my parents visited if I needed them, so it wasn't as bad as what Hope was experiencing. And then the last thing is advice, and all I have to say is pretty much what I already said is that make the best of every situation you're put in, and don't make yourself feel bad if you're not thriving as much as your friend, or if you aren't being as successful right away as you think you're going to be. Like everything happens at a certain time, and as long as you reach your end goal of graduating and reaching those pinpoint goals throughout your 4 years or however many years you're going, it's really okay. Like don't put so much pressure on yourself and just enjoy it and live your life to its fullest. That's all I gotta say. Peace out, homie. I hate myself. Kidding.
It's a couple days later. I have no clue how Faith ended that last clip, but I had to go to do some like volunteering stuff, so that's why I left. But I'm gonna finish up my part of the video. I just want to say really fast that if you're not making friends like your first year of high school, your first year of college, your first year of work, like if you're making friends, like even I made friends and I made great connections, but sometimes other people I would like they're really nice people, but I just didn't feel it. And I realized that how long did it take you to make your friendship in high school? Like, that friendship took years and years and years to really feel comfortable, really connect, really be meaningful. So, like, if you just have friends, like, give them a chance because it might just take time to, blossom into like a more of connection. And obviously, if you don't feel it, there's plenty of people you can meet. I'm just saying, like, if they're nice people and you're having fun, don't worry about like having the same type of friendship because everyone's different too. Bottom line is, I was so stressed about making friends, and then I realized it took me a long time to really get close with my friends in high school. Um, but I don't know, just go out there, push yourself to meet new people, talk to new people, try new things, try new clubs. Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna get on with the advice section of this video. So one thing is, don't stress too much about your first year. That's the hardest year. You're getting used to going to college, having a different workload, you have to push yourself to do your work. You don't really have people hounding you about it. If you're away from your home, your friends. Um, okay, this is my advice. It depends on your family situation, on how close you are to your family, you know, if you need it or not. I would suggest, honestly, this might be too much for some people. If this is going to be a crutch for you, don't do it. But I would suggest trying to go home every 2 weeks because that really helped me. Like, it regrounded me, made me feel more about like myself, and I still pushed myself to meet new people when I went back to school. So it didn't like make me not want to meet new people. And I still did stuff during the weekends when I was, if I could, at school. So like it just helped me feel so much better, and like I miss my family. So I would suggest doing that. But I mean, if it's not gonna be good for you, don't do it. Obviously, I would say ground yourself. Like you need to change and grow, but you need to stay true to who you are. So like if you have faith, lean on your faith. If you're close to your family, lean on your family or friends, and like really just ground yourself. Like you need to grow and change for the better. Um, and I've changed since I've been to college. I'll change more, but I'm still true to who I am. Like that, try new things, join new clubs. You know, I don't know, just experience new things, and that'll make you feel better. Like just put yourself out there more. Prioritize school. That should be the main reason you're at college, is your education, getting a degree. You need to have fun, but you also need to focus on school because with a job, with friends, with missing home, you can really get distracted, and you definitely need to prioritize school. You'll regret it if you don't. And like organize yourself. Like try to make a schedule of when you're gonna do homework, when you're gonna have fun, when you're gonna have your me time, like you're alone watching TV, reading a book, riding a bike, whatever you want to do. Um, but yeah, I don't know. My first year of college was definitely way different than I thought. But I mean, I still loved my classes, still loved aspects of it. But it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. Sorry guys, I had to relocate for this last part, but yeah, I just wanted to say it was so different than I thought, but there's so many great things about it, and like I still have 3 more years. It takes, getting used to, and I'm joining the social work program next year, so hopefully it'll be better, and I'll just like be more used to it and stuff. So I don't know, just because it's different than you thought doesn't mean it's gonna be bad. So, and maybe it'll be exactly what you thought. I don't know. Maybe what you thought wasn't good enough, wasn't what you needed. You never know. But I learned a lot from this year. I'm very grateful I get to go to college, and I'm so excited for the next years. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. When we were filming, we had to rush because I had to leave so soon. So hopefully we got our points across and stuff. And like we both had, I feel like I had so much better things to say, but hopefully when I edit this, it's good. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're notified when I make new videos. So much more to come. So happy summer. Like this video. Stay tuned for more. And I'll put some college videos and some videos with Faith in the description box below. Love you guys. Stay tuned for more. You guys are so beautiful inside and out. Bye guys.